When Jackie Robinson took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers on opening day, April 15, 1947, he forever changed the face of Major League Baseball. Robinson was the first African American to play in the majors in the 20th century, shattering the so-called color barrier, a 50-year-old tradition of segregation. Initially shunned by fans and even his own teammates, the infielder focused instead on being the best in the game. Robinson's raw talent soon gave Dodger fans reason to look beyond his skin color. By the end of his first season, he had racked up 12 home runs and a league-leading 29 steals, and took home the league's Rookie of the Year award. In 1949, he was named the National League's most valuable player with a batting average of .342. Despite his all-star status, life for Jackie Robinson was far from easy. On the road, he was forced to stay in separate hotels, and he had agreed in his contract to turn the other cheek when faced with racial insults and threats of physical violence. Robinson kept his word and his dignity. In the decade he was with the Dodgers, the team played in 6 World Series, finally winning the championship in 1955.
And it's all over but the shouting and the tumult. The Dodgers win it 2-0 and win their first World Series. And this day will live long in the memory of Brooklyn, USA.
When Robinson retired from baseball in 1956, he became an outspoken champion of civil rights. Jackie Robinson wrote, "The right of every American to first-class citizenship is the most important issue of our time." Robinson's success had opened the floodgates for fellow African Americans. Within the first 5 years of his career, another 150 black baseball players had been signed to the minor and major leagues.
And the Amorous makes a one-hand catch.
In 1962, Jackie Robinson became the first African American inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. His pioneering achievements, both on and off the field, broke down racial barriers and helped awaken America's conscience.
There is no greater figure in terms of the impact on the social history in America than Jackie Robinson. In April 1947, when Jackie took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers, not only did he break the color line of Major League Baseball, but he really broke the color line for mainstream America.
It's almost as if you say, if it costs my life, I'm willing to do it for the cause. And he did that. He was very articulate, and I believe a great role model for African Americans, but not only for him, for all Americans. He was a great role model.
One of the fiercest competitors I ever saw, and I only played with Jackie just in the Brooklyn days, and but you could see that there was that fight, that desire, and the fiery spirit, and even at that age, he still did things that would make you sit and you'd open your eyes. You'd never seen things like that before.
It seemed like everybody was against him, even some of his own teammates. Dixie Walker and Bobby Brigg and some of those, they didn't want him on the team. They didn't want a black man. It wasn't Jackie, they just didn't want a black man on the team. But Vancherky was determined that he was going to use the black players who had the talent to play Major League Baseball.
They brought a petition around, some of the Southern boys, for me to sign that I wouldn't play with a black guy on the team. And I said, no way I'd sign that. I said, great, he's a sports idol of mine. I don't care what color he is. He's a great athlete and a great guy.
I think perhaps having Jackie, of course, was a catalyst on our team. I wish I had seen him when he was in his very early 20s instead of his later part of his athletic career. But he was a nice guy to just watch play. And then when he finally made it on his own, then he could be a little forceful as far as voice is concerned, too. He could get us in a lot of trouble every once in a while, let's put it that way.
Even the great Martin Luther King Jr. couldn't understand how a person at this time, in this time of our, of our history, would have to go through what Jackie Robinson went through because he wanted to play baseball, had the audacity to want to play baseball in these United States of America.
Jack was a race man. Jack was completely devoted to our race, completely preoccupied by the needs of our race. And so he could transcend that stuff just because there was a long-range goal. It was a big goal, and he had to help achieve it.
Yes, Jackie hit that ball. From his bat, the crowd went wild because he knocked that ball a solid mile. Yeah, boy. Yes, Jackie hit that ball. Satchel Paige is mellow, so is Campanello, Newcomb and Dobie too. But it's a natural fact, when Jackie comes to bat, the other team is through. Did you see Jackie Robinson hit that ball? Did he hit it? Yes, and that ain't all. He's so home. Yes, Jackie's real gone. Jackie Robinson hit that ball. Did he hit it? Yes, and that ain't all. He's so home. Yes, Jackie's real gone. Jackie is a real gone guy.
With pinch batter Frank Keller at bat. Robinson dashes to the plate. It's close, and umpire Summers calls him safe on the daring maneuver. But Yogi Berra doesn't think so. And the fans will never forget the sight of Jackie Robinson tearing for the plate on his daring steal.
Hey everybody, we're at the MLB Fan Cave. Today is Jackie Robinson Day, and we have Sharon Robinson, Jackie's daughter, here with us. So we'd like to show you something that we shot this morning about your dad.
Cool.
Okay? Yeah. Hey, it's Mike from the Fan Cave. Today it's Jackie Robinson Day, and we're out in the streets of New York asking people what Jackie Robinson means to them.
Jackie Robinson was a great American who transcended sports and changed the way we thought about athletes and people in general.
I think he certainly represents someone who was a pioneer in bringing things forward.
For me, it's an important day for minorities. It's a proud day for me.
I'm happy that they've retired the number 42.
The day that the color barrier was broken in MLB.
Jackie Robinson Day stretches beyond the boundaries of just baseball.
I think Jackie was a legend and a real game changer and a cultural icon.
He's a significant figure in terms of, just breaking the color barrier.
To me, he represents, just someone I could look up to.
It's actually an inspiration for, Hispanic people, black people, and any other ethnicity.
It's important to the game, and he should be respected.
The MLB is for everybody.
passionate. Yeah.
I mean, you know, across the board kind of comment.
Yeah. I mean, the people were, you know, really, I mean, there were people out there that came up and said, I really don't know much about baseball, but I'll tell you what Jackie meant to me. And knowing that your dad was such a hero to so many, not only just baseball fans, but just people, I mean, is that daunting to think, wow, my dad did this? Like, I remember when I was a kid, if my dad hung the Christmas lights right, I thought it was great, you know?
No, I think it's really wonderful. And I think what I like best now is that we are hearing from a lot of kids what it means to them. So to span generations,
yeah.
it's